It all starts right here in Washington, D.C. This is the center of our national politics and the seat of the world's most powerful government. But what most people don't know about D.C. is that there is also a dense network of millennial activism pulsing through this city. So today, we are going to take you down there into Washington and on an adventure with us as we introduce you to this extraordinary network of millennials at the forefront of preparing our generation for leadership in the 21st century. So right now, I'm standing on the National Mall at the Washington Monument, and this is pretty much the center of our national politics. So this is kind of where we like to say that partisanship is forged into gridlock, right? So you have the White House just over there, you have the Capitol right behind me. So we're here today at Bullfeathers, which is a staffer bar, and we're gonna take you inside here today on K Street to talk about lobbying at the Supreme Court, talking about some of the highest profile cases at the Department of State today, talking about how America can show its allies and rivals around the world alike that we deserve and we are able to lead the world in the 21st century. So I'm here with Evan Fowler today. Evan's an old friend from Johns Hopkins, and we've talked about the Middle East a lot. He has a knack for kind of breaking down the complexities of the region.
The reason why the Islamic State was successful in the regions in which they moved into Iraq was not because of the military capabilities, the financial capabilities. It's because they have a foothold and a basis within an Iraqi population that does not feel that it is, can be a part of Baghdad anymore, and that
Baltimore obviously is a city with a long history of white flight, urban issues, and urban poverty since then. But what's really cool about this city is that it is totally coming back on its own terms. So right now I am heading up to Providence, Rhode Island to talk to two friends I met while I was still working on the Hill. Their names are Sam Gilman and Andrew Kaplan, and they run a group called Common Sense Action. They founded this group about 2 years ago, and basically the goal was to unite millennials under a productive plan for tangible political action.
The reception was really positive. People were like, oh wow, this is actually super cool. Like, I want to get involved. I want to create policy. I want to start a chapter back at my school. And from there, we grew from 24 to now we're at 40 campuses across the country in 20 different states, plus Washington, D.C.
We've created the first bipartisan, open source and millennial-driven agenda in the country. And when we say millennial-driven, it's not because there were 5 millennials, it's because there were hundreds.
We are here in front of the New York Stock Exchange to talk about the 2008 financial collapse, our attempted recovery since, and the steps we need to take in order to unleash our generation's vast potential for economic success in the coming years. We are here at the Johns Hopkins Hospital to talk with some of the best doctors in the world about Obamacare, the American medical system, and insurance. Our continuing search for the millennial political voice has brought us here to Independence Hall in Philadelphia. This is where the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence were both ratified, but more importantly, it's where the core discussions that brought those documents to life all occurred. So we are here today to go back into those discussions to bring you kind of the core philosophical ideas behind our country, the existential purpose, the organizing principles behind the United States. I grew up right here in the heart of Chicago. So this is where I want to take you as we talk about the rise, the fall, and the change of the American city in the coming decades. And so Harpo Studios is a place that's very close to my heart. My mom worked here for pretty much the majority of my life as a producer for the Oprah Winfrey Show, and that's only cool for me because I was able to kind of get a behind-the-scenes look day after day at how the show worked and operated and kind of participate here and there in actually putting the show together. So that was always really fun. One of the things I enjoyed doing most when I was 3 was climbing around in the rafters of the studio. Long story short, I've always felt close to TV. I've always been, enamored by the change in the world that Oprah was able to produce through her television shows, and so we're trying to kind of replicate some of that right here. So in addition to being a kid from the heart of the city, I'm also a kid from the heart of the country.
This is one of the epicenters of what contemporary racism looks like in the United States.
When it comes to degraded infrastructure that needs to be replaced, this is kind of the central area that people talk about a lot at a wind farm to talk about sustainable energy and what our generation needs to do to help preserve pristine areas like this. We are here in San Francisco, the center of the tech boom, talking about the ideas, the companies, and the ways of life that will define the coming century.